Alright, so the title of my new video series is called Rebuilding My Squat, or Building the Perfect Squat. And some of you may have some of the mobility problems that I have, and I'm going to share them with you. But I recently had a consultation, a virtual assessment with Roop over at San Francisco CrossFit. That's if you're not familiar with San Francisco CrossFit, that's my idol Kelly Starrett over there at the San Francisco CrossFit of mobilitywod.com. Love all this stuff. If it wasn't for K-Star and all the stuff that he's done for basically what he's done on YouTube and posted on videos that I've learned to kind of help correct some of my problems, I wouldn't be deadlifting over 500 pounds. I wouldn't be as strong as I am today. And I learned a lot of great stuff. So anyways, in this assessment, I was so glad that I got this assessment with Roop. Roop is one of the physical therapists over at San Francisco CrossFit. He talked about how basically I don't squat correctly. And you know, I thought I was tight in the stomach, and I learned that I'm not tight enough. There's a lot of different factors I want to talk about. I'm just going to kind of talk over the top of my head, just kind of what I recall. I had a Skype call today, and there's two follow-up appointments about 4 to 6 weeks out, which I'll schedule as soon as I make some progress. But one of the main things that we did in my squat analysis was he wanted to see me squat with a braced stomach. And this is typically how I squat. I'm going to show you how I squat. If you watch me, I'm going to squat like this. And the way I get butt to ankles or ass to ankles, squeeze my butt, you know, pitch forward, squat down. And one of the ways I'm able to get down into this kind of low squatting position is that I move around my problem by butt winking, by essentially flexing at the spine. So one thing that Roop wanted me to do is he wanted to see me go down with a braced stomach. Now, having a tight braced stomach is actually a lot harder than it seems. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So squeeze my glutes, brace my core, pull my rib cage down, lean forward as much as I can, come down, and then try to maintain this position without moving the spine. This is about my end range at the hips. If I go any lower, what's going to end up happening is in order for me to get lower, I have to kind of move around my problem and move at the spine. Now, under a lot of circumstances, the reason why that's not such a big deal is that if I don't have load on my body, it's okay. The human body should be able to tolerate that. But if I put 400, 500, 600 pounds on my back and I want to do powerlifting, that's going to be a problem. You don't want your body shearing through issues. And the other cool thing that we had discussion about was that one of the ways I'm able to maintain position and stay neutral and squat a good amount of weight, 400 pounds plus, and neutral spine, is that I'm able to load by kind of going back this way. Now, I'm only able to maintain I'm losing my balance, as you can see, but I don't lose my balance because I have weight on my back, so it essentially pushes me down. Now, if you remember from a squat video I posted, I talked about how I kind of almost lost my balance and my hip buckled and my knee buckled. And this kind of is essentially where this is leading. It's about correcting these problems that I have and trying to scale my goals, or make progression, I should say, not scale, but progression is really important, because the more you progress, the more weight, or like linear progression, putting more weight on the body, doing more reps, doing more sets. And the problem is when you start to move bad or move less than optimal, and what will eventually end up happening is breakdown in tissue, breakdown in joints, breakdown in connective tissue, all this kind of stuff that's going to lead to injury. And sort of one of my things is that I don't want to get hurt. I want to make progress, but I don't want to get injured. So essentially, the one thing I want to share with you that kind of helped me a lot was that when you squat, is you want to squat and you want to make sure that the ball of your foot, okay, the ball of your foot, you have the weight is centered over your arch, okay? Because a lot of what I have problems with is that I don't have good balance. So for me to come back into a squat, I have to move here at the hips and the low back. And I do this because I'm missing ankle range of motion and hip range of motion.